the 4 walls, according to Dave Ramsey. This was from Facebook. The 4 walls of budgeting. So he says here, food. I agree, because y'all see, we love to eat here. Food, utilities, shelter, transportation. I know at one time he was telling people, and I think he's going to say here, pay that, then you pay, if you have anything left, then pay your credit card. So here, this is from his page, February 12, 2021. If you ever find yourself going through a tough financial season, okay, remember to focus on taking care of your 4 walls first. WALLS, walls first, and in this order. Cover utilities before you pay your rent or mortgage. Okay, this is because in most cases your lights or water risk being shut off before you're evicted. I agree, and then I don't agree, because I mean you're gonna pay your water and your light to a place that you might be at. You're gonna pay that first. Okay, whatever, let's go on. Okay, so then he goes on to say, during a storm, you've got to prioritize your expenses. Don't ever pay a debt before you buy food. Okay. Pause paying extra on debts and save money while you weather the storm. Once your income stabilizes, you can resume working the 7 baby steps. Always remember, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you do what it takes to get to the other side of whatever situation you're facing. That part I agree with. I do agree with paying where you stay first. At the end of the day, let's keep it up. Let's keep it real. Like I told you, I would say about 1,500, give or take, perfumes. Some not full bottles, a lot of the little minis. There is no way in the world that I could put that in a car. There's no way in the world. I was looking at tiny houses and people moving to mobile homes. I couldn't put that in, So make a long story short, yes, pay where you live first. Pay your shelter, and then if after you do all that, if you have something left over, then you can go to Hot Topic or to Macy's or to the thrift shop and go shopping. Okay, so let's move on to the next Dave Ramsey, and I do agree with everything, or at least half of the things he's saying here. And a lot of us don't do it. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about one of my family friend. Just told me about her brother, and I really felt bad for him, but I'm thinking he's a grown adult. You get the time when you get a certain age, some things you ought to know. I shouldn't have to tell somebody 30 or 40 years old, hey, pay your rent, pay where you stay first. If you come into a lump sum, $100,000, $60,000, pay for your place to stay first. Okay, this is Dave Ramsey, 22 practical ways to save money. And I'm just going to run through these real fast in case some of you guys do not know. Some of them I kind of knew, some of them I kind of didn't know myself, but let's get to it. Say goodbye to debt. He said monthly debt payments are the biggest money suck when it comes to saving. Debt robs you, not death, well that too, but debt, D-E-B-T, robs you of your income. Okay, he says cut down on your grocery budget. I don't know, y'all. I can't break away for 99 cents in Dollar Tree. I can't. Cancel automatic subscriptions and memberships. Netflix, Hulu, all them. Buy generic, okay? Meaning Walmart brand, Great Value, Kroger's brand. I'm trying to think another brand. Cut ties with cable. I know people that's still paying $200 a month for cable. Save money automatically. Okay, so he's saying about your direct deposit. Spend extra or unexpected income wisely. Reduce energy costs. Unsubscribe from emails. Check your insurance rates. My insurance, who was it? Okay, we were with Progressive. It started off $126, 140 during the pandemic because everybody was working from home. Then it slowly started creeping up. It looked like each month it was changing, 160, 170, and then just recently it went to 190. Went to another insurance. Who did we get? AAA. Yes, I didn't know the AAA sell. No, not AARP. AAA. The insurance went down to like, oh gosh, almost $100, like 100 and something, 110, 115. So from 190 to 115. Okay, pack your lunch. Nobody wants to pack their lunch, but hey, it will save you money. That's what we did last night, cooking several meals and packaging them and putting them in the freezer. Ask about discounts. What about paying in cash? I did that a lot when we used to buy stuff at the when you go to those garden sales or people selling yard sales. I did a lot when I would go to golly, what you call those places, those loan places, oh my gosh, where they selling like the used jewelry, pawn shops. Why can't I think of that? Bought me a Kors purse. I bought me another designer purse. We bought 2 rings. Went back, got me some diamond earrings. Yes, cash. That will get you a discount. Okay, take advantage of your retirement savings plan. Lower your cell phone bill, okay? I don't really know how you will lower your cell phone bill. I mean, I don't know. Try spending a freeze. I don't know what he's talking about. DIY everything. I believe in DIY. We are DIY people. Skip the coffee shop. Agree. The library is your friend. Try a staycation. Use cash apps, cashback apps, and coupons. I'm not a couponer. Several of my sister-in-laws are. 2 of my good friends are. One of the neighbors. I just can't catch on to doing it. I'm sorry, I can't. Refinance your mortgage. Sell everything. Do you know there's people, and I think someone did a video, and I was looking at that, and I agree 1,000%. You have anywhere from $500, maybe $300 to $1,000 worth of stuff in your house that you can sell on ThreadUp and all these different little places, or eBay. Okay, and so those are some solutions from Dave Ramsey. Now with that, I agree with that 100%. The food stamp part, your girl don't agree with it. Let's further get on to some more stuff. So here I was looking at trying to see what states. This is on let's see, this is on zippia.com, ZIPPIA, and here is showing the states with the most and least people on food stamps. Okay, I might have to change the other one I was on. Okay, so here it's telling you, and I didn't know this, New Mexico has the highest percent of food stamp recipients at 21.49%. Want to make sure I get my date, because I'm about the type of person, I look at one thing. This is August 29, 2022. Okay, so New Mexico has the highest percent of food stamp recipients. California has the highest amount of food stamp recipients. Golly, 3,987,751. Only 5.54% of people in Wyoming receive food stamps, less than any other state in the U.S. So Wyoming, they're not getting on food stamps. 26,697,330 Americans receive food stamps, 12.4% of the population. I didn't know that. Okay, so it has the highest, New Mexico. They've got Louisiana down here, so I'm just going to go through here and look at the percent. New Mexico, 21% of the population. Louisiana, 17.20. Mississippi, 14.96%. Brett Ford, welfare queen. I had to put that one in. Oklahoma, 14.79%. Alabama, 14.76%. Oregon, 14%. I remember when I first started, I was a screener. And I would, when you were screaming, because on one of the questions we have to ask, are you getting food stamps in another state? And most people are going to say, no, I'm not. And I would have people say, well, I just left California and this is how much we get. Is this all y'all giving us? Is this all we getting? Oh, okay. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you just left California. You say that they give this much, and you're here in Texas, and you're like, wow, we don't give that much. And then I had another lady one time, well, I just left Georgia, and this is how much they give in Georgia. I think I'm going to go on back to Georgia. Okay, so I was like, oh, wow, okay. South Dakota, 9.8% of the people are on benefits. Kansas, 6.86%. Utah is very low, 5.34%. West Virginia, 5.26%. And Wyoming, 4.39%. That's low. There are people that's out there who are food stamp eligible. And what is food stamp eligible? What it means it's people, families who do not know that they are eligible and they don't apply, or they scared to apply, or they feel they don't want to take from someone else. You know, I'm not gonna apply because I don't want to take from other people. And who are some of the people who are possibly eligible and don't know that they're eligible? It could be a grandparent taking care of grandkids. It could be someone who's underemployed. Yes, your husband's in the home. He might be on disability, or he might not be working, and it's just you working at Walmart or Safeway. It could be something like that. It could be a young man who's returned home to live with his mom or grandma. He's not working, or he is working, or going to school full-time. Not going to school full-time. If you're in school or college, I forgot how that work, you can't get benefits. I forgot, and I'm not going to go into it. You can look it up. But those are some examples of people who are eligible. I remember, this has been a while back, and our Nigerian, he wasn't my supervisor, but I forgot what he was. He was in quality, something about quality. And I don't know if it was me or it was someone I was working with, helping them, and we denied, or they denied this person. And they were a grandparent taking their grandkids during the week, and a child was not scheduled, at their home. So they were living at grandma, and on the weekends they would go be with their mom, and the mom was not on benefits. So that was verified. So when we went back and we looked, hey, that lady was eligible. And that's a big amount if you think about it. A grandparent taking care of a kid, feeding a kid during the week, that's money that you need, you could use. That's one example. That's one of the example. And I think right now with so many parents and grandparents and godparents taking care of kids, people don't know. Let's get into this one. Let's break down exactly the numbers. Okay, so New Mexico, what would that look like, New Mexico? Because I'm math illiterate. I really am. Even though I work with math figures all day long at my job, but I am math illiterate. Okay, so New Mexico, what is SNAP? Whom does SNAP reach? In fiscal year 2021, it held 520,000. 25% of the state population. That's 1 in 4 people. Okay, what alarmed me when I saw this, I was like, wait a minute, I was looking at, I think Alabama, because now I'm looking, okay, 1 in 4. Okay, so Alabama, 1 in 7 people, 769,600 Alabama residents, 15% of the population. Okay, I heard that Alaska gives a lot. The benefits are really high. Okay, so here 82,900 Alaska residents, 11% of the state population. 1 in 9 people get food stamps. Okay, let's go to Louisiana. 700,000 Louisiana residents, 20% of the state population. 1 in 5 people. 1 in 5. That's a lot, okay? Let's see, Texas, 1 in 9, 3,408,400 Texas residents, 12% of the population, 1 in 9. Okay, New York, 1 in 7, 2,780,700 New York residents, 14% of the state population. Wow. I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to go to Georgia. Georgia, 1 in 7, 1,640,600 residents, 15% of the population. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's get this out the way. Okay, and this is from this right here is from Who Gets Food Stamps? White people mostly. Who gets food stamps? White people mostly. This is from December 6, 2017. It was updated from 2015, and they've got a picture of a lady, Mary Barcelona. Okay, so here, and I'm gonna put on my little accent and stuff, you guys. So here they're saying Jean L. Day, A-L-D-A-Y, a Republican member of the Mississippi State Legislature. Hey, Mississippi! Sorry, I had to do it. Think about Brett Favre. Brett Favre, okay. Okay, so he apologized. I guess this was back then. So last week for telling a reporter that all African Americans in his hometown of Walls, W-A-L-L-S, Mississippi, are unemployed, not underemployed, because most likely they are underemployed. But he said they're unemployed and they own food stamps. So he goes on and said, I come from a town where all the blacks are getting food stamps and what I call welfare crazy checks. Welfare crazy checks. Not the Dixie chicks, you guys. He said crazy checks, C-H-E-C-K-S. L. Day said to a reporter for the Clarion Ledger, a Mississippi newspaper, early this month, they don't work. I can see him. They don't work. Okay. I'm like, really? You know, I'm like, golly. Okay, so nationally, most of the people who receive benefits from the supplemental nutrition, let's just call it what it is, SNAP, are white. According to the 2013 data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which administers the program, 40.2% of SNAP recipients are white, 25.7% are black, 10.3% are Hispanic, 2.1% are Asian, and 1.2% are Native American. Okay, so that's basically in a nutshell. If you were a felon, a drug felon, I think it's 94 or 96, and I think it's from when Clinton. It's probably why Hillary lost. Okay, now see they're talking about Biden too right now. You could not get, and I think you still can. I think I saw something on the news. They're trying to overturn that. You could not get food stamps. So you had a drug felony, you couldn't get it. But if you was a skinhead, you beat up somebody, you raped a little child still in diapers, still in Pampers, you could get food stamps. If you beat up your wife, if you kill somebody, you could get food stamps. But if you was a drug felon, you couldn't get it, okay? Just had to say.